for the first time in our 20 years, we've been able to translate what we do live onto a record.
Good morning, boys. How are you?
Oh, we're
Good,
great. How are you?
Okay. Oh, amazing. Thanks so much for coming. Honestly, you're lighting up the world this morning. It's so cool.
Do you know what? It's so cool to play live. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, shush. The pleasure's all ours. So this is a brand new album. You're rocking it right up. You've gone for it with this album. Tom, thoughts before, during, and now here where we are. As an album drops, another McFly album drops today!
I think this is our 7th, is that right? Our 7th studio album? Yeah, and I think this is the one where, obviously you've seen us play live many times. Actually, you saw us play live before you heard any of our records.
Yeah, I saw you play live when you were 7. In a warehouse near the post office I can't remember the name it's between Camden and where the Big Breakfast used to be, but I can't remember the name. Is it Dalston?
Caledonian Road.
Caledonian Road, where the post office is.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
prison
the
there.
post
There's definitely a prison
Anyway,
there.
sorry. We'll know about that.
What I was going to say is
Yes.
that I feel like this, for the first time in our 20 years, we've been able to translate what we do live onto a record, and which is why it's so much fun to be able to start playing these songs live finally.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the first true representation of, because I think when people think of McFly, you think of like Five Cousins and a Hare or All About You or Stargirl. There's like lots of different kind of sounds from McFly. And I think what makes all of them tie together and make sense is when you see us play live.
Yep.
And this is the first time we've been able to actually record that.
So why so long, do you think?
I don't know why it's taken so long. I think we've always kind of consciously tried to make a record that sounds like something, to have a sound like, so the when you put it on, it's recognizable as a collection of songs.
Yeah.
But then it's more about like, when we play live, how do we recreate the record? And I think this time it's more about how do we make the record recreate what we do live.
Interesting, isn't it? This is the beginning. This is the birth of rock and roll, McFly. It's all coming out now. You got the rock album out for the first time, because I think it's because you feel like you can, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, I think there is an element of that. I think before, we kind of tread the line between pop and rock, and I think with pop music, which I love, the trends change so quickly, and you can easily fall into the trap of trying to chase those trends and copy other things that are up. And I think this time we started writing a record, and our producer said, look, you need to forget these songs.
They're boring.
He said
they're boring.
He said they were
He
boring.
said they were boring, yeah.
And he made us write down on a whiteboard what McFly meant to us, and
That's interesting.
and what we wanted the album to sound like. And guitars and guitar music and rock music was kind of front and center.